Quick video here regarding Spence versus Crawford last night. Before the fight, we were all talking about 50-50 fight. It was a legit 50-50 fight. It was a fight where you had two undefeated guys, both in the top 5 pound for pound, both ready to go at it. And last night, we witnessed something special. Something rare, and some things that I don't think we may not see in a very, very long time. Normally when you watch fights, especially after, everyone's hyped and excited and gassed over everything. But on this occasion, we've got a case to be gassed for and overexcited for. I have never seen two pound for pounders fight, both top. I had Crawford at number 1 pound for pound. I had Spence no worse than number 3 to 5. Yeah. When have you ever seen a pound for pound fighter treat another pound for pound fighter, undefeated fighter, like that? Never in your life. The difference, the way Bud Crawford dealt with Spence was the way a seasoned pro world champion deals with an amateur. It was so one-sided from round 2 onwards. It was unbelievable. It was mesmerising. It was, like I said, something that you've never seen before. I've been watching boxing all my life. I'm in my 40s now. I've been watching boxing all my life, where my dad had a picture of Ali on top of the TV. Boxing's been in my household. I've been in gyms. I've trained. I've done, besides have a pro fight, I've seen boxing inside out. I have never, ever seen a pound for pounder undress another pound for pounder like that, ever. Midweek, we had Fulton versus Inouye, and Inouye was amazing. It was like, oh my gosh, he is really a monster. Like, he cannot be stopped. This guy is something special, out of this world. And then you go watch Crawford, what he done last night, and there's a level between greatness where Inouye's a great fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. He's done amazing things. But what we saw last night from Crawford was on a different level. And I can't explain it and say, here's what he done and here's what he didn't do. It was just on a different level. I mean, from round 3 or 4 onwards, Spence was trying his hardest, trying to push the fight, trying to make the fight. And you can see he was forcing the fight. While he was forcing the fight, Crawford was just standing there, picking him off, turning his gloves out and catching the shots, and just slowly picking them off. Crawford was in such a comfort zone. Whatever pace or whatever Spence done, it made no difference. It was so, I can't believe I'm saying this fight was one-sided. I mean, I gave only the first round to Spence, and that was it. A couple of my friends who I was watching the fight with, who are very knowledgeable boxing guys, who know boxing, friends, knows stuff about the sport, some of them gave Spence, Spence the second, I think. Yeah? Or was it the third? I can't remember which one it was. Nah, I couldn't do that. I mean, it was mesmerising. The knockdowns, the combinations, the way you put them together, the way it was just something out of this world. It was just amazing. He had Spence hurt so many times. There was at least 2 occasions. I think one was in the mid rounds where Spence's back leg was frozen, and Crawford knew he had him, but he said, I don't have to rush. I'm going to stay in my zone and pick him apart. And Spence was literally a sitting duck. All credit to Spence though. When the ref stopped the fight, he complained. He wanted to carry on. But I can't explain. Sometimes you have a beating where it is just a bloodbath. This was a technical beating where I'm not beating you with brute strength. I ain't beating you with being the bigger, stronger man. I'm beating you with skill. Know what I mean? And it's not Mayweather skill where, you know, hit and don't get hit and, you know, on the back foot circling XYZ. This was like, no, I'm here to fight. I'm fighting you with skill right in front of you. I ain't going nowhere and I'm going to beat the hell out of you. And there's nothing you could do about it. There was so much that Spence could not do about it that you don't need a rematch. This is why I hate rematch clauses. A rematch is there when you have a close fight, a balanced fight, a fight with controversy, or a fight with a cut stop the fight. There is no need to see a rematch. There is no version of Errol Spence that would ever beat Terence Crawford. And then you're going to say, oh no, well before the accident, oh at 154, if Spence was bigger, what difference is that going to make? This wasn't a fight about strength or size. It was about strength, a fight about skill. And we like and respect both fighters, but Crawford's skill level is not on the same level with Spence. It's not even on the same planet. And it sounds really bad, like I'm being disrespectful. But if anyone that watches that fight, you can see that. Guess what? No. I think in round one, Crawford was going backpedaling, and then in round two, Spence tried it again, and Crawford grabbed him, held him, and pushed him off, and kind of shook his head like, nah, that's not happening no more. And from that point on, yeah, Crawford was a stronger man. Yeah, he let Spence. He felt what Spence had and realized, I've got this. If you make the fight at 154, yeah, right, it doesn't make a difference. All right, then Spence might have a bit more energy. Spence might. No, I'm not going to say Spence had a bit more energy, because when Spence was walking through the whole 147, beating the hell out of everyone, no one was saying, oh, he's weight drained. So I'm not going to go and say he's weight drained now when after Crawford does what he does. No. You're going to hear, oh, last week Spence said he wants to go to 154 the rematch. I don't want to hear that, because for his whole career and for every single fight he's had up until this point, there was no complaints. So I expect no complaints now. This was the better man winning the fight because he was the better fighter. Full stop. No changes. You know, credit to both guys. They both came out, put on a hell of a show, put on a performance. Like, they both came here to do the job. So well done to both. Congrats to Spence for his performance. Congrats to his team. Everyone came well prepared. Congrats to Crawford and his team. Everyone came prepared. It was really a great event. But let's not be fooled by the outcome. The outcome was what it is. Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world without a shadow of a doubt, and there's no one that could touch him. There was talks before. I remember watching $1 Million a Game a while ago, and Crawford was arguing with Boots Ennis. Yeah, they could fight. But I tell you who's going to win that fight, and it's not going to be a problem. It is not going to be a problem. Like, I honestly say, I don't know where Crawford does go. Crawford talked about potentially fighting the Charlo brothers because they got a bit of beef, a little back and forth talk. Go there. Go do it there. Go do it at 154. But you don't need Spence. We've seen that, done that. If this fight was a big fight on pay-per-view, it will be half or less in a rematch, because no one needs to see that again. We don't need to see that. It was so one-sided. We don't need to see that again. Ennis, you're a great fighter. You're a young guy coming up. Crawford is not your generation. Leave Crawford alone and fight the other guys, because I tell you what, you go fight Crawford right now, yeah, right? It's a wrap. I mean, that's all it's going to be. I mean, good. We want ambitious fighters. I would like to see great fights, but before, when you think, oh, this is a good fight, style makes fights and XYZ, it's a one-sided show. There's no one at 147 that is ready for Crawford. Let's go 154 and see what he could do there. Either way, great night of boxing. Great night of boxing. I got up about 1 o'clock in the morning to watch I was out all day, had a couple hours sleep, got up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and me and my mates were glued to the TV through the whole undercard. Nonito Dene was on the undercard, the Cruz fight, we went, and it was a good card. It was nice, entertaining fights, good fights, and we had a real enjoyable night of boxing. And just, you know how you do, boxing fans, we chopped it up all along the way, and no one, and the room was kind of 50-50 with Spence Crawford. No one expected that. This morning at the boxing club, with my son and the coaches and the other fighters at the boxing club this morning. I walked into the gym and we just started laughing, like, oh my gosh, started laughing. It was like, it really ignited the talk and the conversation, but everyone was so shocked and so mesmerized. It was a truly, truly unbelievable performance, a truly great performance, a performance that I find it hard to be matched. I mean, there is some performances that you see and you're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. This was one side, this was this, this was that. I'm a big Bernard Hopkins fan, as you guys know. I remember the Pavlik fight. I remember the Trinidad fight, which was amazing. I remember there's so many fights that you can have that were just amazing performances. Oh, I don't want to go into hyperbole, but this might be the greatest single performance. Mayweather's done loads of great performances as well. A lot of people have done great performances, but in terms of caliber of quantity, caliber of opponent, this may be the greatest performance I've physically seen with my two eyes. Yeah, great fight, great fight. Thanks for watching.